You're watching The Mic Check, on every Monday afternoon at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern. All right, hello and welcome everybody to this week's Mic Check. Sorry I wasn't here last week. That's okay. You probably didn't miss me because Nathan always does a fantastic job when he takes over, and the script looked like a lot of fun. I'm really sorry, but I was in a training session with Nancy Wolfson, so kind of a trade-off,
Name dropping.
No, I'm just saying that I had a decent excuse not to be here anyway. So I brought a script this week that I like the idea of the challenge that's in here, and we'll see if we can home in on it a little bit. So Dan has volunteered himself to go first. Dan, whenever you're ready, go for it.
Let me pull it up. Warning. The real-life action of True TV has been known to have both physical and emotional effects on its viewers. North Plainfield, New Jersey. North Plainfield, New Jersey. Dr. Scott Salita, a self-proclaimed True TV addict, insists on watching True TV in his patient's room. This can affect his bedside manner. And his insistence on picture-in-picture on the monitors in the operating room has led to some unfortunate mishaps. So watch True TV with caution, because when the stories are real, the effect is actual. Michael.
Okay. Warning. The real-life action of True TV has been known to have both physical and emotional effects on its viewers. North Plainfield, New Jersey. Dr. Scott Salita, a self-proclaimed True TV addict, insists on watching True TV in his patient's room. This can affect his bedside manner, and his insistence on picture-in-picture on the monitors. And his insistence on picture-in-picture on the monitors in the operating room has led to some unfortunate mishaps. So watch True TV with caution, because when the stories are real, the effect is actual. All right, Tim, why don't you take it away next?
I'm ready. Warning, the real live action of True TV has been known to have both physical and emotional effects on its viewers. North Plainfield, New Jersey, Dr. Scott Salita, a self-proclaimed True TV addict, insists on watching True TV in his patient's room. This can affect his bedside manner, and his insistence on picture-in-picture of the monitors in the operating room has led to some unfortunate mishaps. So watch True TV with caution, because when the stories are real, the effect is actual. Frank.
Warning. The real-life action of True TV has been known to have both physical and emotional effects on its viewers. North Plainfield, New Jersey. Dr. Scott Salita, a self-proclaimed True TV addict, insists on watching True TV in his patient's room. This can affect his bedside manner, and his insistence on picture-in-picture on the monitors in the operating room has led to some unfortunate mishaps. So watch True TV with caution, because when the stories are real, the effect is actual. Richard.
I guess I'm it, huh?
You're it. You don't have much to choose from.
Warning. The real-life action of True TV has been known to have both physical and emotional effects on its viewers. North Plainfield, New Jersey. Dr. Scott Salita, a self-proclaimed TV addict, insists on watching True TV in his patient's room. This can affect his bedside manner. And his insistence on picture-in-picture on the monitors in the operating room has led to some unfortunate mishaps. So watch True TV with caution, because when the stories are real, the effect is actual.
All right. So what did everybody get from those reads? What were some commonalities that you may have noticed, some things that maybe slipped by you that you noticed afterwards, some things you liked, some things you didn't? Let's hear it.
Well, it's very tongue-in-cheek, I think, even though it's supposed to be straight ahead like a documentary read.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's very, very tongue-in-cheek. If anybody can do a really good Rod Serling, this would be the place to put it in.
Just what I was going to say. It's Twilight Zone if I ever heard it.
This can affect his bedside manner.
One thing I noticed, there's not a lot of commas and places to pause. So you just
Hello?
pause where it sounds the best. Like, for instance, the next to the last line,
Mhm.
that to watch true TV with caution. That should be a comma, a pause, because while you're watching, if
Yeah.
you just read it, so watch true TV with caution because, it's just a run on then.
Mhm.
So that's it's that way in a couple, three other places, the operating room thing and whatever. So it's kind of where the pauses where you think they should be, but yeah, it's super tongue in cheek and just kind of have some fun with it.
I think so. I think it's one of those types of reads where you can't take it seriously. I mean, it starts off sounding real and starts off sounding seriously, but the further you get into it, I think you have to take it a little more tongue in cheek and throw in
Sort of-
some pauses here and there and have some fun for sure.
Yes. Sort of like
I'm
the Geico
thinking-
commercial with the piggy
Yeah.
all the way home.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I was reading it after I read it and listened to you guys read it. I was thinking more like a Leslie Nielsen style. Hey, this is just what happens. Read.
Well, again, just like last week's read, Dan, there's a couple of different ways you can go with this, and it depends on who you're reading it for,
Yeah.
Mhm.
like who the producer is. I mean, a producer may want something more, like ultra serious, even though the content is totally tongue in cheek, but just read it ultra serious. Whereas another producer may say, I want it to sound serious, but I also want some tongue in cheek, inflections thrown in there. Don't make it
Right.
sound like you're being serious through the whole thing. So I think it's open to interpretation in that respect, depending again on who the producer is and what they have in their head.
Yeah, unfortunately, so much of voiceover is really subjective in that way.
They're in their head.
Well,
Yeah.
and that's the goal of a VOA is to be able to take whatever the producer has in their head
Yeah.
and recreate it. If they say I want it done like this or I want it done like this.
Hmm.
Well, let's discuss it a little bit. Let's see what might bring out a little bit of that, a little bit more of that comedy, because I think we can all agree that this is supposed to be kind of funny.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So what
That's the reason Nathan is doing. I don't know. Are you coming from like a comedy club tonight in front of the brick wall? Is that
Yeah, really.
yeah, that's his stand-up background right now.
He has no voice today.
I know.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know.
Unfortunately,
Sorry.
he's got no voice today. But yes, that is his stand-up background. So that's where he does all of his comedy in front of. Alrighty then. So let's dive into the script. So the specs say typical authoritative voice from a documentary.
Mhm.
To me, that sort of denotes that this is definitely going to be a more serious style delivery
Mhm.
without so much like direct tongue in cheek. But what do you guys get from that particular set of specs? What does it say to you when you read that?
Well, what I was seeing with that was you read this serious, and then they're going to have stuff like in the background, probably affect his
Sound
bedside
effects.
manner. Maybe he's sitting in a chair with his feet up on the bed, and
Popcorn in
he's
his
got a bag
at
of
his lap.
chips and popcorn on the bed, and he's munching away on that. You
Right
can
next to a guy with an
away on
IV.
somebody
Right. Yeah.
watching in the operating room. That's what I see. The funny is going to be happening
With the
behind
visual.
what you're doing,
Yeah, with
Mhm.
the
the
visual.
visuals.
Yeah, or he might get really super dramatic while telling the dude he just has like I don't know, a splinter in his finger or something like that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
This is one of those commercials where everybody watches is going to pop their head like,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I got it. I
That's
got it.
definitely what they're going for. But
Yeah.
actually, let me back this discussion up just a little bit. Super important, all important question here: TV script or radio script?
obviously TV.
TV.
Oh, it's TV.
Okay. And just as an example of demonstration, what is it that tells you this is a TV script?
Well, it says VO right there in the on the left, right before each line. It says VO. That means there's going to be in the middle. They edited out the effects, the screenshots, the stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's
Anything
not
else?
giving you a lot of
and
descriptors.
it's also for True TV. So chances are it's going to be a TV commercial running on whatever network runs True TV.
Or on True TV itself promoting this particular
The
show.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Actually, it'd be more like a True TV ad itself. It's not necessarily a show ad. It's
It's a promo ad.
it's a promo
Like
ad.
is
Yeah,
True
so this would
TV
be
a
on the
network?
same.
Yeah.
Yes.
What
Yeah, True TV is a
TV
channel.
network?
True
Is it?
TV.
Oh, it's a channel. Okay.
Part of a.
Yeah,
part
I
of
was actually trying to think of any True TV commercials I've seen recently, and I
don't
Yeah.
remember.
Yeah.
they weren't this
Used to be
funny.
Court TV is what Nathan says. It used to be Court TV. So if you knew Court
Yeah.
TV, it's now become True TV. So yeah, this is a channel on a particular network, and this is probably going to be on all of the other channels of the same network.
Mm-hmm.
So that means that they'd be expecting a certain style of delivery, a certain style of read, even though, well, because they probably air a lot of this sort of like really dramatic, really serious style reads.
Mhm.
So how would you describe that style of read when you're thinking of that sort of like, mystery drama, documentary style read? Like what are some words that pop up in your head that describe that style of read?
A little bit slower read. Maybe not
Slower?
quite so
Okay.
quick.
Educational is mostly documentary to me. Like anything that's like out to teach you something.
Yeah,
Like an e-learning type thing.
yeah, a little bit of
Not
education.
not quite e-learning, but
Not quite e-learning.
So there
More
is
like
there is a little
teacher.
bit of
Real
there's a
life
little bit of
action.
storytelling in it,
Yeah.
right?
Mature,
Mature. Okay.
because you're
Nathan
not
says
going to get
that
a 20-something to read this. Chances
Right.
are.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Or a Jerry Lewis
Hey,
to read or something.
Well, I
Yeah.
could do it.
Yeah.
Come on. I'm a 20-something. I could do this. No, you're probably right. It's definitely not a millennial style read.
No, and that's what I'm
Mm-hmm.
going for. Is someone who sounds like they're in their 20s. You sound like you're in your 50s. So
Well,
Yeah, you
thanks.
only
I've
look
been
like
around
you're
the
in your
block
40s.
before, it seems. No, Nathan put up deadpan serious and narrative.
Mhm.
that
We got deadpan serious, we got narrative, we've got
educational.
educational,
Educational.
slow. Is there anything else that anybody might think of that sort of typifies that?
You think a Joe Friday be too much?
no, actually, I was actually thinking.
And I was
that.
thinking
Yeah,
about
Joe
that.
Friday would work.
Yeah.
Because
Everybody got the thumbs up for Mr. Mouth.
Yeah, no, I was actually thinking like a Joe
Sorry.
Friday kind of thing that would
Yeah.
work with this as well. There's a
Yeah.
few different, like I said, ways that you could go with this. I mean, you could go
Yeah.
really over the top with that, serious kind of read,
Mhm.
or do the Joe Friday or whatever.
I'm gonna lean more towards. I think the jokes in this are gonna end up a little bit funnier if you are as deadpan serious as you
serious as
can be
possible.
about it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
I think the whole idea behind this, I
There's
think the
Donna.
whole idea behind really punching the jokes in this particular script is going to be committing to the delivery of being absolutely deadpan serious about it.
Got it.
So
Okay.
no particular and
What-
his insistence on picture-in-picture in the monitors in the operating room has led to some unfortunate mishaps. I think that's a little bit too, tongue-in-cheek about the joke.
Too
Okay.
obvious. That's
Yeah,
too
it's a
obvious.
little, you're
obvious.
punching the joke too hard.
Right.
Like,
Something more like
leave that poor joke alone.
Less is more.
how
Exactly.
about something like
Okay.
and his insistence on picture-in-picture on the monitors in the operating room has led to some unfortunate mishaps.
Hey, hey, hey.
Embrace the fact that all you're doing is following along, and somebody told you just read this as seriously as you can.
so we
Okay.
don't want to bring up the doctor's new nickname of Stubby.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Unfortunate mishaps. I don't know.
Or pokey or whatever.
Russ is here. Hello, Russ.
Hey, Russ. Good to see you, buddy. You're on mute. You're still on mute.
There we go.
Doing this
There
just
you
in
go.
time for the discussion portion of the mic check.
You're next, Russ.
Go ahead and read this.
Well, it's up to you, Russ, whether or not you want to read, because we've literally just moved into the discussion portion.
Okay, I'll give it a shot, I guess.
All right.
Go for it, buddy.
Don't worry, Dan did the same thing. Completely blind, jumped right into it.
Okay. Warning: the real-life action of True TV has been known to have both physical and emotional effects on its viewers. North Plainfield, New Jersey, Dr. Scott Salida, a self-proclaimed True TV addict, insists on watching True TV in his patient's room. This can affect his bedside manner, and the insistence on picture-in-picture on the monitors in the operating room has led to some unfortunate mishaps. Watch True TV with caution because when the stories are real, the effect is actual.
Okay. So some of the things that we've already brought up, some of the things that we've already talked about are that we've all agreed that this is a TV script and that the delivery for the script is supposed to be this sort of deadpan, serious, slower narrative style read. This is definitely supposed to be a tongue-in-cheek type of comedy. And the way that you do that is embracing your character as being the completely emotionally detached narrator of this high drama TV show. So that's what we're trying to replicate here. Because True TV, which was formerly Court TV, as pointed out by Nathan, is all about that sort of like high drama mystery or true crime documentary style thing. So that's what we're trying to zero in on right now. So we've got the particular audience. This is definitely people who watch the same kind of network that True TV is on. And I'm sure that might include things like the History Channel or other sort of documentary style channels. The read is definitely supposed to be a very straightforward and detached style of read. We haven't really broken down the script quite yet to sort of get into that, but we're going to do that now. So let's talk about the. Sorry, go ahead.
It's serious or not serious?
Serious, very serious. This is a dead serious read, and that's what's going to make it funny. Yeah, Dan just posted True TV funny because it's true.
That's actually their logo. That's their motto. Funny
That's their
because
motto?
it's true.
Funny because
Yep,
it's
I just
true.
looked up.
Well, let's go ahead and actually break down the script itself. So now that we know that we're supposed to have this sort of detached second to, you're second to what's happening on the screen. So you're working in tandem with what people are seeing. Let's go through that. So very first line, warning, the real life action of True TV has been known to have both physical and emotional effects on its viewers. Okay. What should we be doing in that line to start off with? How should we be pulling people into the read?
Emphasize the warning. Warning.
I mean, but that'd be the only thing you'd say, right? It'd
Yeah.
only be you wouldn't be like, warning, the real life action. No, it'd be warning.
Warning. The real life action
of True TV has been known to build physical and emotional effects on its viewers.
Yeah, so stretch out warning a little bit or emphasize it a little bit more than everything else.
Yeah, just a little bit. I mean, not crazy.
Yeah, not danger, Will Robinson.
Yeah,
Danger.
that kind of, no, we don't want that.
Why not?
I know we could give that a try. I don't know if it would work, but we could give it a try.
Robotic read. Do a robotic read.
Warning.
We can all do that.
The real life action of True TV. Yeah, I think this is just supposed to be, I think the rest of it's supposed to be more of like deadpan authoritative. Like this is definitely a classic style, I'm telling you what to do style read.
Right.
Yeah.
From the 50s.
Yeah. Definitely more one of those. So warning should really be hit. I think that should be slowed down a little bit more. Maybe give it a little bit more.
Warning.
Yeah, give it a little bit more of a kick.
Warning.
Exactly. Like get
warning.
people to pay attention. Warning is a strong word. So warning. The real life action of True TV has been known to have both physical and emotional effects on its viewers. Is there anything else that we should be doing there? So we've already got the warning out of the way. What else do you think needs to happen with that particular
Life
line?
action.
Bracket off physical and emotional effects.
Okay, so separate those two items. Have
No,
both
bracket
physical
all
and emotional effects.
And
Physical and emotional.
Bracket it together. I would say
Bracket
bracket.
together both physical and emotional effects on its viewers.
True TV has been known to have both physical and emotional effects on its viewers.
Yeah, we're not supposed
I
to
think-
really
I
emphasize
think-
that.
But the inflection on emotional there doesn't work.
No.
No, it didn't.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah, I think they need to be bracketed as separate items. It's known to have both physical and
Physical,
emotional
emotional.
effects on its
Right.
viewers.
slash.
The reason being is because you're going to be describing a little bit more, or it's going to be showing both of those, the emotional and the physical, affecting his bedside manner and
Right.
mishaps in the operating room. That's both the physical and emotional effects of watching True TV.
Both physical
So-
and emotional effects. Got it.
Yeah. So I think those two need to be bracketed off separately rather than together.
Physical and emotional, or physical and emotional effects?
Effects.
Physical and
Emotional effects.
effects.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. So physical as one item and emotional as a
Emotional
separate item.
And then effects is the third item.
No, effects is
Effects is just
Emotional
you just trail off onto the rest.
Emotional
Of it.
effects. Got it.
and
Yeah,
emotional.
physical and emotional effects on its
Effects on the
viewers.
viewers. Okay.
Unless I don't know, unless you bracket all together physical and emotional effects.
that's what I was.
That's what
talking
Ron.
about.
That's what Dan said.
Yeah.
Well,
Or Ron,
the way that
whatever.
Dan read it though was just just bracketing
Yep.
together physical and emotional.
Right.
Yeah, you need to have physical and to have both physical and emotional effects on its viewers.
I think emotional. I don't know.
I think
that- that
I
was-
think
that
we
was
should
tough.
take the whole thing, just separate
Physical and
physical
emotional.
and emotional.
on its
physical
viewers.
and emotional effects on its viewers.
And both
Like
physical
And emotional effects on its
effects.
viewers as one straight line together.
Physical and emotional effects on its viewers. Got it. Does that sound good, Russ?
That's a tough one. I mean, y'all going back and forth about it. I feel the same way.
Yeah, it's a little bit tough. This one's
Yeah.
This
Hey,
one's a
where-
little bit tough.
Would it not be a case where you might do and be like physical and emotional?
No.
You don't want to
no,
hit the end
no.
part. That's announcery then at that
No,
point.
you can't do that.
Yeah, because then you start going to a salesy sound.
Okay.
Yeah, both physical and emotional effects. You know, you buy this and you get that too.
Right.
But wait, there's more.
Yeah, exactly. We want to avoid the "but wait, there's more" effect in our reads.
Both physical
And I think that hitting those connecting words is probably not the best idea.
and emotional.
So I'm leaning more towards bracketing physical and emotional as two separate things. Warning: the real life action of True TV has been known to have both physical
Physical
and emotional
emotional
effects on its
effects.
viewers.
Yeah.
Hi, Donna.
Hello, Donna.
Somebody new.
We're just into the discussion portion of the mic check. If you have any questions, feel free to pipe up and ask.
Oh, she's in twice. Oh, she probably had to disconnect.
Oh,
Oops.
Sorry.
How you doing, Donna? Did you get it working out?
we hear her moving around. Donna, are you there?
I think that was me actually.
Oh,
Sorry.
was it you?
Yeah.
Oh, she doesn't even. Her microphone doesn't even show up on the.
Oh boy,
Oh, she might not be connected then. That's okay. No worries.
she'll be back.
Okay, so for that first line, warning: the real life action of True TV has been known to have both physical and emotional effects on its viewers. So we're hitting warning and we're bracketing physical and emotional as two separate things. Does that sound
Mhm.
good to everybody?
Yep.
Okay. Now let's move on to the next part. So North Plainfield, New Jersey, Dr.
That-
Scott Salida,
it's like
a
a
self-proclaimed True TV ad. Sorry, go ahead.
North Plainfield, New Jersey sounds like a title. Like North Plainfield, New Jersey. Dr. Scott Salida, a self-proclaimed True TV addict, insists on watching True TV in his patient's room.
Well, it's like a
This is-
Dateline.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
Exactly.
Like a
Yeah, this
title.
is where you're
Dateline.
going
Or
into
Dragnet.
introducing somebody to
Yeah.
what's going on. North Plainfield, New Jersey. You know, we're
Yep.
setting the
The
we're
set.
setting,
We're
yeah,
setting
the
it.
setting. North Plainfield, Plainfield, not Plainsfield, Plainfield,
Plain.
singular.
Plain.
North Plainfield, New Jersey.
Joyce.
Dr. Scott Salida, a self-proclaimed True TV addict, insists on watching True TV in his patient's room. So now we're starting to tell the story a little bit of this guy.
Mm-hmm.
So let's break it down. What should we be doing with that sentence?
What you just did.
Okay.
Yeah, that,
How would we
that
describe
right
it
there.
though?
That thing.
Yeah.
How would we
That'll do it.
describe
There
it?
you
That's
go.
the thing. How would we
Okay,
describe
next.
it?
Let's move to the next sentence now.
Addict.
Okay, we have the Dateline, and then this is who is the issue at this Dateline, and then just read the rest of it straight. I
Yeah.
think.
It's almost the type of read where it goes here,
And then
here,
goes here, and then
here.
mm,
It goes like North Plainfield, New Jersey. Dr. Scott Salida, a
Plainfield.
self-proclaimed True TV addict, insists on watching True TV in his patient's room. See, it goes like here, up
Right.
and back down again. That's that sort of classic read, like that.
It's
Almost it's sort of a modification of what we've talked about one time, like the NBC, the steps,
Mhm.
except you step up and step down again.
So this
Okay.
one, this particular sentence here is where we really start leaning in on the serious narrator portion of the read, right?
The narration, storytelling narrator.
Right.
Yeah. So you're introducing Dr. Scott's lead. I can almost see like a shot of this guy like walking down the hallway and he's just sort of looking off into nothing, but the camera's still following him in front.
Hmm.
And then the name pops up underneath.
Yeah.
Dr.
I'm
Scott's
picturing slightly wrinkled brown suit, white shirt with one of those skinny ties from the 60s and the black horn rim glasses, with the Brill cream hair put back.
Yes. Brill cream, a little dabbled.
Oh yeah.
So then, so this is where we'll lean into that definite storyteller read. Dr. Scott Salida, you're highlighting this guy on his own,
Hmm.
a self-proclaimed true TV addict. Yeah, that's an important note, but it's
That's-
a side note.
Yeah.
Insists on watching true TV in his patient's room. The rest of that is just sort of that solid,
Just don't want
flat,
True TV.
direct, authoritative announcery read.
Hmm.
I mean, that's at least what I'm saying. Unless somebody else is seeing something different, I think that's where we can really start hitting that hard.
Yeah, that's kind
Yeah,
of where
that sounds right. Yeah.
Moving down, this can affect his bedside manner. What should we be doing with that one?
Just like you did it.
Right. Just plain.
Just
pan.
plain right dead ahead, and don't
Yep.
no up inflection at the
Yep.
back end. You can put a little down note on manner,
Right.
but no up inflection
can
at the
affect his
back or anything,
bedside
'cause if
manner.
you do that, then you're getting into that tongue-in-cheek read again. If you go up
Mhm.
on manner,
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
a
if your
down-
tone goes up
down-
too high, yeah, you're right. If your tone goes up too high, that's spot on. It does start sounding more tongue-in-cheek.
Mhm.
Right.
This can affect his
I-
bedside manner.
I'm
Right.
picturing Scott Salida like sitting next to a guy with an iron lung, looking at the TV, patting him. Hey, look.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, I think
Perfect-
Tim and I were
perfect
saying the
analogy,
same
Dan.
thing. He's sitting beside the bed. His feet are up on the edge of the bed. He's
On the
got a
bed.
bag of chips or popcorn on the deal, and when he's done, he's wiping his fingers on the patient who's just laying there like almost comatose.
Comatose. Yeah.
Yeah.
This can affect his bedside manner.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I
don't
don't
either.
think. Yeah, I don't think that this needs any
No.
any
This can
emphasis at
affect his
all.
bedside manner.
No, because again, if you punch this, you're getting
No,
away from that
announcer.
serious read.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah,
Announcery.
Bedside manner.
yeah. This should
This
feel
is-
almost bored.
Yep.
I'm thinking like it should be like a board style read. This can affect his bedside manner.
Hmm.
As
And on screen he's doing
visual
something
behind him.
absolutely ridiculous, like crying when the dude just has like a cast around his arm. It's like I'm gonna be fine. Why are you in tears?
Right.
So next sentence. And his insistence on picture-in-picture in the monitors in the operating room has led to some unfortunate mishaps.
Same kind of read as
Yeah,
the
same
last one.
delivery. Seriously, Mike.
So then the rest of this is just going to go totally flat the rest of the way.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, because I'm pretty
So
sure the
watch
pictures are
True
going to
TV with
sell it.
caution, because when stories are real, the effect is actual.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think at the very end though, you can give it a slight little bit of a flair.
The
When the
effects
stories are real,
is actual.
the effect is actual.
Why don't we just go true TV? It's funny because it's true.
I think that would
Um,
probably just pop up on screen.
Yeah, that
I
would be
think
a
that
little
would just
bit
be
odd,
a
yeah.
that would just be a picture overlay. I don't think they'd have us actually say that.
Yeah, you're right. That's true.
Okay then.
But I
So
think,
it's
I
going to
think
be
on the next to last line, you still need to have a little bit of pause between caution and because.
Oh, there is, yeah. There should be a pause in there. You shouldn't go
Yeah.
just run from one sentence into the next.
Yeah,
No, from caution to because. Okay, I got you.
right.
yeah.
So
Okay.
watch
So
True
watch
Yeah.
shooting with caution because
when
Because.
the stories are real,
Because
the
Mhm.
effect
the stories
is
are
actual.
real, the effect is
That's
actual.
Dun,
all
dun,
right. So we'll put a comma right there. Let's go ahead and put a comma right after caution, just
I
to
do.
sort of give that effect of the dramatic pause leading into the wrap up of the whole thing. Okay. So now that we're all there, let's go ahead and give it a read, shall we?
Do we have our
Or-
list tonight?
or a burp. Either one.
Yeah, I already put the list up there.
That's just Dan clearing his throat.
No, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
It's Dan's version of clearing his throat. Okay.
So, Russ,
Well-
you're after me, bud. And then if Donna can get her stuff working and she wants to read, then she can read after Russ.
All right.
All right, where'd it go?
All right.
Here it is. Okay.
Warning. The real-life action of True TV has been known to have both physical and emotional effects on its viewers. North Plainfield, New Jersey. Dr. Scott Salida, a self-proclaimed True TV addict, insists on watching True TV in his patient's room. This can affect his bedside manner. And his insistence on picture-in-picture on the monitors in the operating room has led to some unfortunate mishaps. So watch True TV with caution, because when the stories are real, the effect is actual.
Okay. What did everybody think of that read?
That's pretty good.
Yeah, fairly straight ahead. Pretty nice.
Mm-hmm. No
I
sing
thought it was-
songy or
I thought it was actually a little too quick.
Okay.
That's what I was going to say.
I,
It was
I
a
think
little
slowing it down
fast.
just a hair. Like you weren't like, it wasn't extraordinarily fast, but it was definitely fast enough to sort of break a little bit of that almost droning that you want to have with this kind of.
okay. Yeah.
I can do that.
So
I can
yeah,
slow
slow it
and
down
also-
just maybe like a notch or two.
Yeah, and also
Not a whole
watch too a little bit if you could, Dan, in the very first paragraph, sentence, whatever you want to call it, put that break in between physical and emotional effects.
Emotional effects.
Just a smidgen kind of break needs to be in there, but you just ran right through it. Known to have both physical and emotional effects on its viewers. Like you just ran right through it without any break at all.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, there's deadpan,
Well,
and then you almost came off sounding bored because of the way of what Frank was talking about. You need just a few little breaks to keep it from being, I'm telling you about this, whatever.
I'm pretty good at being bored.
Yeah, that's the thing. The difference between deadpan and bored is your speed.
Mhm.
Deadpan is slower, bored is faster, but they're both just flat.
I can do this. Warning. The real-life action of True TV has been known to be... Warning. The real-life action of True TV has been known to have both physical and emotional effects on its viewers. North Plainfield, New Jersey. Dr. Scott Salida, a self-proclaimed True TV addict, insists on watching True TV in his patient's room. This can affect his bedside manner. And his insistence on picture-in-picture on the monitors in the operating room has led to some unfortunate mishaps. So watch True TV with caution, because when the stories are real, the effect is actual.
That was it.
That was,
Mhm.
there you go.
That was
That was
definitely
much
it.
better.
The only, and it's very nitpicky, but the only thing I would say is I think personally you hit this on the third line.
I
little-
did. I wanted to see how it sounded.
Yeah, you hit this a little too hard. But other than that, I thought it was a really great read.
I actually wanted to see how it sounded because Nathan suggested it. I was like, it might actually work with my read. So
And it came across more deadpan than bored this time.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
exactly.
yes.
Mhm.
The
Yes.
pace gave you the deadpan read, not the board read.
Yeah, you slowed down. You put those few little breaks in here and there. It was really, really nice pacing.
I want to try the robot.
The robot. Well, we're way ahead on time, so go for it.
All right. Warning. The real-life action of True TV has been known to have both physical and emotional effects on its viewers. North Plainfield, New Jersey. Dr. Scott Salida, a self-proclaimed True TV addict, insists on watching True TV in his patient's room. This can affect his bedside manner. And his insistence on picture-in-picture on the monitors in the operating room has led to some unfortunate mishaps. So watch True TV with caution, because when the stories are real, the effect is actual.
That actually worked.
Yeah,
Well, it's
that worked
definitely
pretty
a
good.
robot.
Yeah. The only thing is when you're doing a robot, you
There's
have
no
to-
emotion.
and you have to end each word identically at the end
Right.
of every one of those things. Like you were going, and emotional effects on its viewers. A robot wouldn't go down on viewers.
Viewers,
It would
viewers,
be, and emotional effects on its viewers.
viewers.
It would stay at that same level all the way through. So if you're going to do a robot, do not drop down. Other
I
than
was
also
a
find it
robot.
funny that
That
people
was a
That was
separate.
fun, Dan. Thank you, buddy.
yeah, but
I
it
also
was.
find
It
it
was
kind of funny that people like raise their pitch a little bit when they do that style of read.
Yeah, the robot.
Yeah,
No, I just dropped the. I guess I do drop. I do raise my pitch a little bit.
yeah. No, I mean
It
it seems to be a pretty
automatically.
common thing with people selecting to do that style of read.
Mhm.
And while that was fun, I'm not convinced that would be the right one for this spot. But hey, we had the time to have some fun with it, and that's totally cool.
And it's your turn, Michael.
It is
I
my
agree
turn.
with you 100%, Michael. That would not be the read for this.
No.
I'm Bob.
All right, my turn. Warning. The real-life action of True TV has been known to have both physical and emotional effects on its viewers. North Plainfield, New Jersey. Dr. Scott Salita, a self-proclaimed True TV addict, insists on watching True TV in his patient's room. This can affect his bedside manner. And his insistence on picture-in-picture on the monitors in the operating room has led to some unfortunate mishaps. So watch True TV with caution, because when the stories are real, the effect is actual.
Pretty much what we've been talking about.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Did you pump up the volume a little bit while you were reading that?
No, I closed in just a little bit more. It was
Okay,
sort of
okay.
zone 1.5.
Okay.
Stay zone 2.
Yeah. Whenever I put my arm out to the side over here, it's because I'm resting on I've got a little ledge over here that I can put my hands on and rest forward on, and that sort of brings me a little bit closer into that zone 1 style, but I really should probably stay away from that. Do you want me to give it more of a zone 2 read?
Yes.
Yes, please.
No
Okay.
resting for you this time. No.
No,
All
yes.
right. Warning. The real-life action of True TV has been known to have both physical and emotional effects on its viewers. North Plainfield, New Jersey. Dr. Scott Salita, a self-proclaimed True TV addict, insists on watching True TV in his patient's room. This can affect his bedside manner. And his insistence on picture-in-picture on the monitors in the operating room has led to some unfortunate mishaps. So watch True TV with caution, because when the stories are real, the effect is actual.
Are you hearing that, Frank?
Yes, that's that volume fluctuation going
It's like
on.
really weird. It's
When
like
you get down to the fourth, when you get down to the fourth line,
it just
all of a sudden, you
Really?
went up about
It jacks way high. That
Yeah.
must be
yeah.
that must be Zoom, because I'm literally
Yeah, you
doing
did
nothing
not
on my
move.
end to affect
But
it.
it was the thing
watched
that's
you.
weird is it was the exact same spot as last time.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I
Really?
asked if you pumped up the volume on it. Yeah.
No, I
Yeah.
didn't. I have
Yeah.
no control over the outgoing volume here.
For numbers 4 and 5, you were up here, and then
Yeah.
all of a sudden, when you got to the very last line, you came
You
back
were-
down to where you started again.
Yeah.
And it was the exact same thing that happened last time you read. It was weird.
Because I was
Yeah, I
watching
think-
Frank's reaction and I was like, okay, you heard it too. Okay, good.
No, I heard it as well. I was going, I'm like you guys, wasn't that the same spot as before?
Quit relaxing.
That must be Zoom adjusting. Yeah, that has to be Zoom adjusting my microphone automatically. I have no idea.
See, now you're come back loud again. just
Yep.
now.
Just
Yeah.
now.
Okay, let me work with the settings on my mic.
If you've got the automatic volume thing, it will do that. It will wave along like that. If
Oh, it
you
will?
have to shut that
Okay.
off. Yes.
Yeah, let me go shut that off right now. We'll go ahead, and unless I've got any other input, you guys can move
just
on to the
thought-
next one.
I had a little bit, but it's
Physical and emotional. I think you didn't have that much of a break in between those two words.
I was just going to say the same thing, Tim. There was no break whatsoever. You just ran right through, have both physical and emotional effects on its viewers. There was not that break we had talked about doing in there.
Okay. Okay.
And,
And
it,
then-
it was putting it into the board category instead of the deadpan. It
'cause I was
when you're
moving too
running through
quick.
it that way,
Yeah.
it was
Mhm.
like, yeah, here's the info.
And
And
also,
on the,
too,
uh,
and
second
also,
line,
and also too, I think you got just a little bit too much of a gap between warning and then getting into the rest of the
Real-
script.
Yep.
I think you can shorten up the gap that's there.
Okay. Okay.
on the second line, when you read after the comma, you went insists on watching True TV in his patient's room. You started high and you went down.
So you
It
hit
was-
insists.
Yeah, you hit insist, and then
Insists.
you just went downhill for that particular line.
I didn't pick up on that, Dan, but kudos to you for doing so.
Okay. Okay, so flatten that out.
Mm-hmm.
More differentiation on physical and emotional. Less of a gap between warning and the rest of the sentence.
Yep.
Okay. Let me see if I can take care of my mic settings real quick.
Okay.
I
think, am I next?
Yeah, you're going to go ahead and be next, Tim.
Okay. Warning, the real live action of True TV. Warning, the real live action of True TV has been known to have both physical and emotional effects on its viewers. North Plainfield, New Jersey. Dr. Scott Salita, a self-proclaimed True TV addict, insists on watching True TV in his patient's room. This can affect his bedside manner, and his insistence on picture-in-picture on the monitors in the operating room has led to some unfortunate mishaps. So watch True TV with caution, because when the stories aren't real, the effect is actual.
I would actually speed it up just a touch.
Really? Okay.
You would get away from board into deadpan, back to board, back to dead. You were walking this tightrope, and I mean, it was.
Yeah.
Is that what you were hearing, Frank? Was the kind of
It was kind of modulating.
Living on the
back
edge,
and
huh?
forth between, you were like right on that razor's edge going there. You were tight roping, but I would actually personally speed it up just like smidgen. Just a little tiny millisecond of a smidgen, just because it to me it just was kind of borderline bored.
Tim, to me, it sounded like that really bad monotone economics teacher that you just don't for.
Charlie
That's what
Brown's teacher?
Ben Stein?
Ben
No,
Stein.
no, Ben Stein.
Bueller. Yeah, exactly. Ben Stein. Bueller.
Okay.
I think at the end you hit either R or real. I'm not sure which one it was, but
Oh, yeah, stories are real. I should have said that. Stories are real.
Oh,
That's
and
what I
I did anybody else hear it? Not to pick on you, but it sounded
Go ahead,
like
I
you
don't care.
said real live instead of real life.
Oh, maybe I
The
did.
real life action instead of the real live action. I mean, F and a V sometimes
Hey,
comes
watch
across
that.
close.
Well, Nathan agrees. You heard that too.
Mhm.
Okay.
and should warning not sound just a little bit different than the rest of it? Isn't that kind of what we agreed on? Because it sounded just like warning, the real life. It's like
Yeah, it needs a little bit of a hit. You can go up
bit.
a little bit in your tone and pitch and whatnot to sort of make that stand out, because this is that's the hook right there.
Got it. Okay. Here we go again. Warning. The real live action of True TV has been... Warning. The real live action of True TV has been known to have both physical and emotional effects on its viewers. North Plainfield, New Jersey. Dr. Scott Salita, a self-proclaimed True TV addict, insists on watching True TV in patients' rooms. This can affect his bedside manner, and his insistence on picture-in-picture on the monitors in the operating room has led to some unfortunate mishaps. So watch True TV with caution, because when the stories are real, the effect is actual.
Okay, I've got a couple of things.
Yeah, go for it, man.
At the end of each sentence, you ended exactly the same way.
Okay.
It has effects on its viewers in his patient's room, bedside manner,
Mm-hmm.
unfortunate mishaps. But it also sounded like when you, in the middle of line 4, and his insistence on picture-in-picture on the monitors in the operating room has led to some unfortunate mishaps. It sounded like you ended it after operating room.
Okay.
Right there. Yeah, sorry. Go ahead. Next.
Don't apologize, man. That's why we're here. Russell?
So you skipped a few things. You turned in the first sentence the real life action of True TV. You
Yeah.
turned it into a real live action of True TV.
I did say live action this time there, Richard.
Yeah, real life action.
Okay.
And also, second sentence insists on watching True TV in patient rooms, is what you said.
I said rooms,
In
not
his
patients.
patient's room.
Got it. Okay. Anybody else?
No, but I think that's what I was trying to figure out what it was that was making it. The farther into it you went, the more bored it sounded, and I think that's what it is when you're
Yeah.
dropping the end of every sentence, it becomes Yeah, I told you. Okay, got some.
Okay.
Here's some. And that's what it was. I couldn't figure out what the heck. So good on you, Dan, to notice that.
Thank
And
you, Dan.
I was going to say too, some
Sure,
of the
Frank.
places where you've got commas, it almost seems like you're leaving a little too much of a pause where you've got your commas. Like
Okay.
North Plainfield, New Jersey, Dr. Scott Salida, a self-proclaimed True TV addict, insists on watching True TV and is, like you can leave a pause, but still make it flow a little bit more.
Got it. Okay. Warning, the real live action of True TV. I did it again.
Yeah. You said
I
real
heard it.
live.
I did
Real
it.
life.
Life. Give him life, would you? Warning, the real life action of True TV has been known to have both physical and emotional effects on its viewers. North Plainfield, New Jersey. Dr. Scott Salida, a self-proclaimed True TV addict, insists on watching True TV in his patient's room. This can affect his bedside manner, and his insistence on picture-in-picture on the monitors in the operating room has led to some unfortunate mishaps. So watch True TV with caution, because when the stories are real, the effect is actual. Sorry, guys, I have the flu. Go ahead.
Well, what did everybody think of that read?
Much better, I thought.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I thought that was better. I didn't catch so much of the board. The the fourth sentence down though.
Yep.
You need
Go
to
ahead.
have it's kind of like the second one where, and his insistence on picture in picture.
Yep.
On the monitors in the operating room has led to some unfortunate. It was kind of that pop up thing just a little
Yeah.
bit, or maybe in
Sing song.
spots. I
Okay.
mean, it needs something.
So one of the things that I noticed from the very end of the first read that I walked back in on, and these reads as you've been doing, is you start, and it may be because you're not feeling too well right now, but you start off with the voice being pretty solid. Warning,
Yeah.
the real life action of True TV,
Right.
and then if you get farther down, it gets more crackly.
Right. So start
So
crackling.
I don't know if that's just because you're feeling sick, or if it's whatever the case may be. When it comes to a deadpan read, it's okay to have a little bit of inflection. What you're trying to avoid is going up in your register too high.
Right. Okay.
So, we got a normal read. Warning, the real life action of True TV has been known to have both physical and emotional effects on its viewers.
Right.
So that's the wrong style of read. As you heard, it was
Right.
going up. We can imagine it as a house. It was going up into the attic every single time.
Right.
But when you are, when you're focusing on just trying to be deadpan, you don't go into the attic at all. Warning, the real life action of True TV has been known to have both physical and emotional effects on its viewers.
Mhm.
Do you see
I
the
guess that's
difference?
why I'm
There's
good at-
there's still a little bit of play up and down. It's just not
Right.
as much.
Got it.
So you can allow yourself a little bit more of that play. Just try not to let your voice go a little, go up into the attic.
Right.
Just keep it right in the middle of the,
in the basement,
right in the
or
main
in the
living
living room.
Yeah,
Okay.
keep it in the living room.
Okay.
No more than half an octave.
Right. Can I try again a little bit?
Yeah,
Yeah.
please. We got
Okay,
plenty of
thank
time. Go for it.
Okay. Okay, Frank.
Are you going to go again, Tim? We're waiting for you.
No, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I thought
If you don't
you
mind.
were
No,
gonna
that's
go
okay.
again.
Thank you.
Michael do his last read, or do you want to? Did you get your thing fixed, Michael?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it shouldn't be readjusting me now.
No, it isn't. It
Okay,
isn't.
good.
Well done.
Good.
All right. So this is me now.
Yes.
Warning. The real-life action of True TV has been known to have both physical and emotional effects on its viewers. North Plainfield, New Jersey. Dr. Scott Salida, a self-proclaimed True TV addict, insists on watching True TV in his patient's room. This can affect his bedside manner, and his insistence on picture-in-picture on the monitors in the operating room has led to some unfortunate mishaps. So watch True TV with caution, because when the stories are real, the effect is actual.
So you went into the attic a little bit. A little
little
bit.
bit.
The
Just a little bit.
attic a little bit right after
attic.
warning. But the rest of it was really, really good. The rest of it was spot on. Maybe a touch slower, like a hair slower. But other than that, just make sure, warning, you can go ahead and hit it however you want to. Just try to, like, once again, we're trying to stay in the living room here. We're not trying to go into the attic. Attic. I'm having a day, apparently. The attic with your
We're gonna
tone.
hang out with an addict. What?
What's that?
Totally. I don't know. I don't know what's going on anymore.
I'm wondering if that break after operating room is really needed because I mean Tim did it and then Frank did it. It sounds like you're actually setting up for that joke.
Okay.
When
So
you break that,
just
you don't
run right through.
Yeah, take the
Okay.
break away.
All right. Well, I'll give it another shot here if you guys are okay with that.
Go for it.
Absolutely. Give us another one.
Warning. The real-life action of True TV has been known to have both physical and emotional effects on its viewers. North Plainfield, New Jersey. Dr. Scott Salita, a self-proclaimed True TV addict, insists on watching True TV in his patient's room. This can affect his bedside manner, and his insistence on picture-in-picture on the monitors in the operating room has led to some unfortunate mishaps. So watch True TV with caution, because when the stories are real, the effect is actual.
That was it.
That was
There you
it.
go.
Yeah.
That's
the
the
run
read.
through was perfect. The run through it came out.
That was it.
beautiful.
That was the read. At least in my opinion. Does anybody else have any critique, anything for him?
I
job,
got no
Frank.
pickies for him today.
You did punch this on This Can Affect His Bedside Manner, by the way, just
Oh.
a heads up. But it sounded
Wasn't
good.
enough to be noticeable. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
it
kind of
was.
the way the sentence starts and the way that it's kind of. I didn't notice it much.
This
Yeah, he
Can
did.
Affect
He did him a,
Bedside Manner.
a smidge, but
Yeah, I also noticed it just a smidge, but I didn't think that it really was enough
It
to
didn't affect
sort
it
of
all.
affect
No,
the
it
read.
doesn't work.
I think overall it worked, but yeah, I did hear a little bit of that hit on this.
Okay.
But I would still run that as the final read personally. If I were the one buying this spot, yeah,
Mhm.
that would be it.
Cool. All right.
Spot on.
Thank you.
Nice.
Nice.
Great God, I
big
believe.
golf clap all the way around.
Richard.
Okay. As soon as my tummy stops grumbling. Warning. The real-life action of True TV has been known to have both physical and emotional effects on its viewers. North Plainfield, New Jersey. Dr. Scott Salita, a self-proclaimed TV addict, insists on watching True TV in his patient's room. This can affect his bedside manner. And his insistence on picture-in-picture on the monitors in the operating room has led to some unfortunate mishaps. So watch True TV with caution, because when the stories are real, the effect is actual.
All right.
Good, except for one thing. Well, one couple of things, but one big thing. In the second paragraph,
The pause.
that Dr. Scott Salita, a self-proclaimed TV addict. You didn't say
I heard that and I
True.
went, why did I say it like that? It
Yeah.
was like,
I don't know. The funny thing is you also said that in your preliminary read too.
did I?
You missed
That's
True
why
TV in the preliminary read as well.
You're fired.
That's the end.
Yeah, I'm
of
sorry.
Guardian
We're
of the
already we've already cast Frank for the spot.
Yeah, sorry,
so,
that's it. We're
I
done.
mean,
story
You
of my
know,
life.
you know what?
That's the truth.
It'd be really nice if you could actually mention the proper name of the client for us. Let's try it again. Hey,
It'll be 3,000 takes. Yeah.
Can we give it a little more?
yeah. Nathan says the TV distracted him. Is that true? Are you watching TV in there as well at the same time?
Oh,
He's watching cartoons.
Are you a TV addict? Is that why you say TV addict? Are you just subtly admitting it?
Oh, there's probably a football
I
game.
have an issue.
Yeah, that and also just after you said Dr. Scott Salita, your pause was a little too much. I think you could cut that pause in half and still have the same effect.
Yeah,
I just kind of thought, actually,
it.
to be honest, I thought he just kind of lost his place on the script for half a second.
Yeah, I mean,
I
sure,
don't
in the
mean that-
editing
I
room.
don't mean that in a bad way.
No, but you're right. And so then I was trying to catch up, and my pauses were not. They were definitely the wrong emphasis was on the incorrect syllable.
There you go.
All right, let's see if I can
I thought,
read the actual words.
Oh,
I
Russ. Sorry, go ahead.
some of the middle sounded like you went into a robot just a little bit. Not completely, but just a little bit.
Okay.
Seemed like it changed a little in the middle. I don't know why.
It
You've
very
got,
well
you've got
could.
this you've got this very, very interesting pattern when you read something like this, when you try to do this serious thing. It's almost, for lack of a better term, it almost has a rolling feel to it when you talk, when you're doing this. It's really cool. I like it. I'm not saying it's wrong, but I'm saying it's not like a smooth. It's almost like this sort of a rolling kind of sound when you're talking. It's very cool. I don't know how else to describe it.
Well, that's a new one.
I don't know.
Alright,
Does anybody else pick up on that?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. For a long time I've heard it. And yeah, you're right. It is this interesting, unique thing about all of Richard's reads is he's got that sort of rolling pattern.
It's got that casual sound to him, I guess you would call it, right?
Yeah, but it's
Casual
good.
sound.
I'm not saying
Yeah.
it's bad.
No,
Don't lose it because it makes
No,
you
please,
sound
that's
very
you.
unique.
it's
But
you.
it does have this very kind of
okay. As long as it doesn't get into the sing-songy pattern, I'm okay with that.
No,
Yeah, no. Well, why don't you go ahead and give us another read?
right.
Shorten the pause and make sure true TV addict, not just TV addict.
The true TV addict.
Yeah.
That's what he
A
is.
self-proclaimed true TV addict. You know, we're not.
But I did miss myself up there, and yeah, it showed up. All right, here we go. Warning. The real-life action of True TV has been known to have both physical and emotional effects on its viewers. North Plainfield, New Jersey. Dr. Scott Salita, a self-proclaimed True TV addict, insists on watching True TV in his patient's room. This can affect his bedside manner. And his insistence on picture-in-picture in the monitors in the operating room has led to some unfortunate mishaps. So watch True TV with caution, because when the stories are real, the effect is actual.
All right. What did everybody think of that read?
you know what? You started off so freaking strong there.
Yeah, I fell apart in the middle.
When you had that one little miscue,
it just
and
threw
you
him off.
tried to, it kind of threw you off a little bit.
Yeah.
So don't
I'll
even
see if I
think
can-
about it. Don't even think about it. Go right back into it and read it again right now.
Okay. Warning. The real-life action of True TV has been known to have both physical and emotional effects on its viewers. North Plainfield, New Jersey. Dr. Scott Salita, a self-proclaimed true
From
North
the top. From the
Plainfield-
top. From the
from the
top. From the top.
Warning. Warning. The real-life action of True... Start over.
Take a breath. Take a breath.
Warning. The real-life action of True TV has been known to have both physical and emotional effects on its viewers. North Plainfield, New Jersey. Dr. Scott Salita, a self-proclaimed True TV addict, insists on watching True TV in his patient's room. This can affect his bedside manner. And his insistence on picture-in-picture on the monitors in the operating room has led to some unfortunate mishaps. So watch True TV with caution, because when the stories are real, the effect is actual.
Boom.
That was it.
Did I
There's
finally
Your
get
golden read.
That's it.
Yay, I
That's
finally
the
got one. I got one.
I mean, if you want to be real nitpicky, you punch this just like I did, just
Everybody does
like
for some
that.
reason.
and you got just a touch announcery, just a touch. Well, when you got into So Watch True TV, you kind of went up into the attic and came back down to the living room, like Michael would say. But other than that, that was the read for sure.
I actually saw all the words that time.
No, you kept with that deadpan storyteller feel throughout the entire thing.
Yes.
I did notice you hitting this, and the thing is for your style of read, I don't think that was a bad choice. Like I mean, for my, if I was doing that and I hit this, it would definitely stick out as like a sore thumb. But I think with your voice and your cadence and the way that you read it, hitting this wasn't necessarily a bad choice for that read. We did
Actually,
agree not to do that.
You're right, Michael. I agree 100%.
Yeah, I think with just Richard's particular sound hitting this really worked out for him. Even though he agreed not to do that, Richard. But yeah, all in all, that was
the sound that you've got. I liken to like a professor or something like that, telling people about this is the alligator in the wild, this or something like that, whatever the case may be. But that's almost what I liken it to, is like a professor telling people about stuff or something. It's kind of cool.
Well, thanks for the compliments, folks. I was trying not to hit this, but I didn't notice it so bad. I did feel like it was fluid all the way through. I was able to stay, if you will, in character or with the way the read was supposed to be all the way.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you did a good job.
Yay.
All right, who is next?
It's Russ's turn to wow us.
Well, I don't know about that. I'm not sure this is my kind of read, but I'll try.
Oh, you can do it. You can do it.
All right. Warning. The real-life action of True TV has been known to have both physical and emotional effects on its viewers. North Plainfield, New Jersey. Dr. Scott Salita, a self-proclaimed True TV addict, insists on watching True TV in his patient's room. The real-life action of True TV has been known to have... Oh, sorry, I got my mouse messed
It's okay.
up.
It's all right. It's all right. From the top.
Okay, from the top. I got my mouse right now. Okay, warning. The real-life action of True TV has been known to have both physical and emotional effects on its viewers. North Plainfield, New Jersey. Dr. Scott Salita, a self-proclaimed True TV addict, insists on watching True TV in his patient's room. This can affect his bedside manner. And his insistence on picture-in-picture on the monitors in the operating room has led to some unfortunate mishaps. So watch True TV and caution. So watch True TV with caution, because when the stories are real, the effect is actual.
All right. What did you all think of that read?
I thought it wasn't bad. And you know what I really like too, Russ, is the fact that you're picking up on things when you put the wrong inflection on it, or when you don't read it the way that we've been talking about it. You actually hear yourself doing it, and then you go back and you correct it. You're not going through it and just like, well, this is perfect. Look, they're not saying it. You actually hear yourself and hear your little mistakes. I think
Self-directing yourself. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
And Russ, the read that you read last week for the deadpan, remember that one we did last week?
Yeah.
I think trying to that delivery on this would be better. That delivery you gave us the last time around. You know what I'm talking about? You said you were working on this. You're working on this. You were auditioning for something like this. So
yeah. That was
Try
more like
that.
a zone one thing.
Try that.
Give it a go.
Try that.
Okay. Warning. The real-life action of True TV has been known to have both physical and emotional effects on its viewers. North Plainfield, New Jersey. Dr. Scott Salita, a self-proclaimed True TV addict, insists on watching True TV in his patient's room. This can affect his bedside manner, and his insistence on picture-in-picture on the monitors in the operating room has led to some unfortunate mishaps. Watch True TV with caution, because when the stories are real, the effect is actual.
Much better, man.
Definitely.
Much
Zone
better.
1 really helped you out with that. That's for sure. And with your particular tone of voice, you can move around a little bit more than the rest, than any of us really could. It still sort of has that deadpanish feel, even though your tone can climb around more than ours can. You actually do have a little bit more leeway to tell a story with your style of voice than we do.
Yeah, it's like Nathan says, someone with a higher tone, such as yourself, Russ, Zone 1 works really, really well.
Yeah.
If myself or Tim or Michael, one of them, with the bigger voices like we have, if we went into Zone 1, but we still tried to read it the way it's supposed to be, it would just come off sounding really bad.
Yeah. Warning, real life size.
Understanding your zones like that and moving in like that really helps, and that sounded much better than the last.
Thanks for telling me that. I've kind of thought that, but I've never.
Good job, Russ. Good job, bud.
On what's going on there? But
So you can do these style of reads You just need to leverage your zones more than normal. That zone 1 read really did lend a lot of atmosphere, a lot of the right kind of atmosphere to your read. So, you know, I wouldn't. I know that these can seem kind of intimidating, especially with some of the other voices that come through the mic check at times. But with leveraging your zones, you can very easily take on something like this. And that second read, that zone 1 close in second read, the only change that I would say that you should do for it is give that opening warning a little bit more of a punch. That would be it. The rest of it was great. That was a really, really solid read.
Yeah,
Try it
that was
again.
all I had too. That
We got lots of time. Why don't you try it again?
Yeah, try it again, Russ. You got it, buddy.
One wears me out for some reason. I don't know.
And then the other nice thing too, I should make mention really quick, when you lean into the mic with your voice, and when you lean in and you do zone 1, it adds a real air of mystery to it.
Yes,
it gives you that almost. I'm terrible with sci-fi stuff, guys. I'm not a sci-fi geek. But what's the one with Mulder and Scully?
Oh, yeah.
X-Files.
X-Files.
It gives it that X-Files kind of
X-Files
feel to it, which really adds to this type of a script. So
it's also along the lines of the narration that, for whatever reason, that they like to use on the Discovery Channel, where it's kind of whispery and he's in there and it's not boomy.
right.
And that's kind of where you're at. It's pretty similar, don't you think, Tim?
Definitely.
Yeah.
When I heard him read it the last time around, I thought, this is the one. That's his read.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So yeah, why don't you go ahead, give us one more in that zone 1 place, you know, in that zone 1 read, and hit that warning a little bit more.
All right. Warning. The real life action of True TV has been known to have both physical and emotional effects on its viewers. North Plainfield, New Jersey. Dr. Scott Salita, a self-proclaimed True TV addict, insists on watching True TV in his patient's room. This can affect his bedside manner, and his insistence on picture-in-picture on the monitors in the operating room has led to some unfortunate mishaps. So watch True TV with caution, because when the stories are real, the effect is actual.
There you go.
there,
Nice.
boom.
Fantastic read.
Good job, Russ.
Fantastic read.
Really, really good.
Huge golf clap.
You're booking, right?
Huh?
Russ, you're booking, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you are booking now, aren't you, Russ?
No.
You
Never.
will be now. Will be now.
Hi, Goldie.
Goldie! You're on mute, baby.
Hey.
You're on mute, Goldie.
Can Donna read? Does she have?
Yeah,
That's why I just
There you are.
if Donna is
Donna-
there, Donna's next, and then Goldie.
Okay.
I don't have the script.
Donna, are you there?
I am. Hi, everybody.
Hey, Donna.
Would you like to give it a go, Donna?
I would love to give it a go. I believe I've been capturing all the details, so let me try.
All right. All right.
Sneaking in, I say.
Warning. The real-life action of True TV has been known to have both physical and emotional effects on its viewers. North Plainfield, New Jersey. Dr. Scott Salita, a self-proclaimed True TV addict, insists on watching TV in his patient's room. This can affect his bedside manner, and his insistence on picture-in-picture on the monitors in the operating room has led to some unfortunate mishaps. So watch True TV with caution, because when the stories are real, the effect is actual.
Okay. What did everybody think of that read?
A little fast.
Yes,
A little quick.
little,
that's
little on the
that's-
quick side.
Is it too low? I mean, I have a higher voice. I was trying to do the more.
Use
So-
you use your natural
Yeah,
voice.
use your natural voice.
Yeah, here's
I
one
should?
thing. Yeah, something that stuck out to me about your read was as it went along, it felt like you were trying to force it a bit more. Did anybody else catch that? Like,
Yeah,
she
it was-
felt like it was becoming a bit more forceful as time went on.
Well, and as she
It's
was
operating.
forcing it, her speed also picked up.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So,
And
yeah, Nathan mentioned that it made it feel like IVR. So
You think she should whisper a little bit more?
So
I
if
think
do
that zone 1. I think the zone
Yeah.
1 closer in on the microphone, a little bit quieter, a little bit more whispery.
Yeah.
Yeah, just take your time with it. With it, like we were saying with Russ, with that slightly higher pitch in your tone, you're more able to tell more of the story. You have more wiggle room to adjust your pitch than us, more rumbly voiced men can. So you can play with how you tell the story a little bit more than we could. The things that are really going to lend to your authoritative feel is going to be that that close in and a little bit more of a little bit more of that emotional detachment. So allow yourself to go a little bit slower, allow yourself to be a little bit closer, a little bit whisperier, and go for it. I think that'll be what you need.
Thank you.
On the second line, don't forget to mention the sponsor's name, because he insists on watching, being the one who's done it before, he insists on watching TV in his patient's room. He insists on watching True TV in his patient's room. They might like to have their name said. I don't know. They own the network, one of those.
Really, right?
They write the checks, that's all.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Should I give it a second shot?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Warning, the real-life action of True TV has been known to have both physical and emotional effects on its viewers. North Plainfield, New Jersey, Dr. Scott Salida, a self-proclaimed True TV addict, insists on watching True TV in his patient's room. This can affect his bedside manner, and his insistence on picture-in-picture on the microphones in the operating room has led to some unfortunate mishaps. So watch True TV with caution, because when the stories are real, the effect is actual.
Okay. You replaced monitors in the third line up from the bottom with microphones.
I did? Oh
Yeah.
my
And
gosh.
other than that, it was a great read.
Yeah, really, I like the read. I like the
goodness.
It was very nice.
Yeah.
The reading is nice, yeah.
It was an
And his
let's-
insistence on picture-in-picture on the microphones.
I'm going,
Oh my
wow, those
goodness.
are some cool mics. I want some of those.
Yeah.
Kidding.
I was thinking lean into my microphone is what was going on in my head. Oh my
That was the
gosh.
only thing that was off, though. You had good pacing. You
Yep.
were consistent all the way through.
Yep.
You just had a microphone instead of monitors.
Mic monitors.
Oh, imagine.
I
Wow.
kind of heard her hit insistence and caution.
Yes, I heard the insistence to that.
Yeah.
That fourth one down. Just it kind of went what?
Really bad. Really high.
And it shouldn't be hard. Is that what you're
No,
telling
we're
me?
supposed to
Correct.
like more of a deadpan read.
Okay,
And his
okay, thank you.
insistence on instead of and his insistence
Yeah.
on his monitor microphones.
Stop it. I'm just going to say that every time. You know that now.
I know that's going to
Everybody.
be the worst thing. I had one the day I was doing. I said the same thing about 15 times wrong. I finally got up, and just left the booth for a while.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Donna, go ahead and give us another read.
Warning, the real-life action of True TV has been known to have both physical and emotional effects on its viewers. North Plainfield, New Jersey, Dr. Scott Salida, a self-proclaimed True TV addict, insists on watching True TV in his patient's room. This can affect his bedside manner, and his insistence on picture-in-picture on the monitors and his insistence on picture-in-picture on the monitors in the operating room has led to some unfortunate mishaps. So watch True TV with caution, because when the stories are real, the effect is actual.
Okay. What did everybody think of that read?
She really sped up. I'm like
Yeah, really
line two or
fast.
something like
I
that.
wasn't sure if there was some network lag there
Yeah, I
Oh,
think
but
that's
it's-
what it was.
Okay. Yeah, that's probably what it was.
because there's like this huge gap and then
Right.
Yeah.
So we can't really talk about your speed because we had some network issues and Zoom tried to catch up. At least we're assuming Zoom tried to catch up because it was like speeding your audio up a little bit.
Really weird.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
because I don't think you can actually talk this fast, so I'm just pretty sure it wasn't you.
Right.
But do it again.
The only thing that struck me, given we're talking about the deadpan, was what somebody had mentioned before about and his insistence on picture-in-picture. You are stressing the insistence rather than deadpanning through it.
Okay, good. Thank you.
So we can hear you one more time if you would like.
Yep.
Bless your eardrums, everyone. Here I go.
You got it.
You
You
got
got this.
You got it. Doing great.
You got it.
Warning. The real-life action of True TV has been known to have both physical and emotional effects on its viewers. North Plainfield, New Jersey, Dr. Scott Salita, a self-proclaimed True TV addict, insists on watching True TV in his patient's room. This can affect his bedside manner, and his insistence on picture-in-picture on the monitors in the operating room has led to some unfortunate mishaps. So watch True TV with caution, because when the stories are real, the effect is actual.
Yay!
Great read. Great read.
Golf claps. Golf claps all
Fantastic read.
around. Yay!
Yay!
A little bit too much emphasis on because, but that's okay because it's leading towards the end anyways.
Yeah. I'm not sure if she said self-proclaimed true TV addict. Did she say TV addict again?
No, she said True
No,
TV.
You did?
TV.
yeah,
Yeah, she said
I
True
was
TV. She
watching-
got that right.
All right.
Yeah. No,
Sorry,
I thought
Don.
that
You
was-
did good.
Yay, raw. All the way through, consistent and no flub up. Perfect. Yay.
All right. Goldie, you're
Goldie.
completely in the dark with this whole thing almost. Let's
Almost.
hear it.
Let's see what I can do. Warning. The real live action of True TV has been known to have both physical and emotional effects on its viewers. North Plainfield, New Jersey. Dr. Scott Salita, a self-proclaimed True TV addict, insists on watching True TV in his patient's room. This can affect his bedside manner. And his insistence on picture-in-picture on the monitors in the operating room has led to some unfortunate mishaps. So watch True TV with caution, because when the stories are real, the effect is actual.
Yeah, I'll let you take this, Michael.
What? What is that supposed to mean?
Really, dude? You did pretty
So,
good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for missing the discussion section, of the mic, of what we've done so far, that was really, really solid, actually.
Yeah.
You hit most of the deadpan really well. Although
Yes.
at the very beginning, right after warning, you said the real live action of True
Oh,
TV.
yeah.
Hi, my
That's
name's
okay. Tim shared the same issues.
Hi,
So
Tim.
you can discuss it with him how he got
Okay.
over it. He'll help you out. He'll be
Thanks, Michael.
no problem. Third sentence down, you hit this really hard.
Mhm.
Okay.
And if you're going to hit anything in that sentence, effect should have a
Yeah.
slight bump, but no real like hits. Like you really hit this can affect his bedside manner.
Yeah, I
Um,
got a moment of nerves there.
no, you were doing good. You were doing good.
Did
Um,
great for first read.
Yeah,
definitely.
and like we mentioned with some of the reads prior, when it comes to a slightly higher pitched voice, moving into zone one for the read is really a good way to add that sort of extra storytelling
Mhm.
darkness, I suppose, if you really want to go for that.
Yeah.
While still allowing you more movement room than we would have in our voices. What I mean is that you can inflect things more than we can, and it would still sound really, really good. So, for instance, if I was doing this read, I wouldn't be able to pull off something like warning. The real life action of True TV has been known to have both physical and emotional effects on its viewers.
Mhm.
You know, that sounds really wrong. It sounds more like I don't know, more like an e-learning script.
Uh-huh.
For me, if I was going to have to pull out that same style of read, I would have to be much more bland about it.
Mhm.
But with you, moving into zone one is going to give you just that same kind of feeling, but allow you that little extra room to play. So move this into zone one.
All right.
Watch out. It's real life action.
Yes, real life action.
And pull the emphasis off of this in that third
Yep.
sentence.
Okay.
I didn't hear much of a comma after caution either. So caution because it kind of went a little fast there. Like someone
Ah.
else.
Yeah, well, that was something that she didn't catch that we added in. We agreed that there should be a comma after caution, give it a little bit of a pause, and
Caution.
the big pause after
Because,
because. Yeah. So
Mhm.
watch True TV with caution because when the stories are real, something more like that.
Okay.
And the sentence above that one,
Mhm.
don't put a pause in between some and unfortunate.
Okay.
Again, that was in the discussion thing was has led to some unfortunate mishaps. Instead of punching it up, they're going to be showing what some of the problems might have been. Maybe the doctor cut himself on the eye. Who knows?
Okay. It just
so-
seemed ripe for a.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
but
was
the
doing it
thing
that
is,
way
is
too.
the thing is we're committing to the delivery here, and the
Okay.
delivery is your character is a serious documentary announcer.
I'm a serious documentary.
Yeah, you're a serious documentary announcer, and unfortunate mishaps is the comedy, the real true comedy of that line is going to come from the visuals you're playing off of, not
Okay.
from the way you deliver the read. So
Cool.
trust in the visuals, trust on the
We'll
TV.
trust in the visuals.
Go
Okay.
for it.
Warning. The real-life action of True TV has been known to have both physical and emotional effects on its viewers. North Plainfield, New Jersey. Dr. Scott Salida, a self-proclaimed True TV addict, insists on watching True TV in his patient's room. This can affect his bedside manner, and his insistence on picture-in-picture on the monitors in the operating room has led to some unfortunate mishaps. So watch True TV with caution, because when the stories are real, the effect is actual.
Okay. What did everybody think of that read?
Creepy.
Mm.
That was a female Rod Serling. I don't know.
It was kind of eerie.
Yeah.
Did you
That's
find it not that eerie?
I thought it worked.
No, I didn't like it at all.
No.
I didn't like that feel like this old
Okay.
creepy British woman somehow.
Yeah, Nathan mentions that it sounded like a murder mystery thing.
Yeah.
Well,
what
I
it
heard
is.
creepy
I
on
got
one of
that
the
good CD.
descriptions or mystery thing as a direction, but not that
Yeah,
much. Okay.
yeah. Sorry, this is definitely more of a like real life drama sort of thing. You're following along somebody who's quote, you're under the impression that you're following along somebody who's
Sorry.
going through this like downward spiral of disaster in their lives. So you're trying to be that dramatic sort of serious.
Okay, so more dramatic, serious, less mystery, serious.
Yeah, more dramatic.
And no accent, Goldie. No accent.
Okay, sorry. We'll get rid of that.
And the caution and because the pauses were too long that time.
Okay. We'll shorten that up. Warning. The real-life action of True TV has been known to have both physical and emotional effects on its viewers. North Plainfield, New Jersey. Dr. Scott Salida, a self-proclaimed True TV addict, insists on watching True TV in his patient's room. This can affect his bedside manner, and his insistence on picture-in-picture on the monitors in the operating room has led to some unfortunate mishaps. So watch True TV with caution, because when the stories are real, the effect is actual.
Magnifico.
I like it.
Very good. Very
There
good.
we go.
Yay.
Cut, print, set, and wrap.
Fantastic.
That's it. We're done. Good night.
No, that was an excellent read that time. And
Yes.
Nathan wholeheartedly agrees. Excellent read, he
Well,
says.
thank you.
I'll give a golf clap for him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you're golf clapping for Nathan and for yourself
There
for
you go.
Goldie's read. Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. Oh yeah, you hit everything just right. Again, my only the only one thing I would say is give warning a little bit more of a push, because
Okay.
that's your hook.
Okay.
If you start that off too slow or too meek, then you really downplay the effect that word should have on somebody when listening.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was a little whispery, the warning, but other than that,
Yeah.
it
Mm.
was really nice read, Goldie.
Yeah, I would say keep that exact same read. Just give warning a little bit more of a push, and you'll
Okay.
have it. Why don't you just give us the first line over again?
Okay. Warning. The real-life action of True TV has been known to have both physical and emotional effects on its viewers.
There you go.
There you go. That's it. We just chop that in,
Thank you much.
and you got the spot.
Send us an invoice. We'll pass the check along.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, it says the last guy who was hired for the spot. By the way,
Right.
Frank was already hired for the spot once.
Can you? You had it and lost it.
And you lost it.
By that much.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Frank, we found somebody better, so hold off to that invoice of yours. I think we're going to go with Reed, who hasn't had that happen.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
alrighty then. Well, since that's everybody, I guess this is going to be the end of the mic check. For all those of you who are watching on YouTube, like we always have a link to the script down below, so you can always give it a try. I should have mentioned that at the beginning of the video, but whatever. You're here now. You can go ahead and give it a try yourself after everything is, after you've listened to all of the reads and all of the feedback and input. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, because of course subscriptions don't really mean anything anymore.
no.
And we'll see you all next week. Take it easy.
Bye.
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 Join us every Monday for free script practice. You can also find the mic check on Facebook and Twitter. If you liked what you saw, then subscribe for more.